Today was our last day in Christchurch, our only full day in Christchurch anyway. It's such a cute little town. Today we didn't really have, there's no required things for us to do here in Christchurch. So instead we had like a free day, and so we went through the botanical gardens, which were really pretty. It had like a little nature walk, and then there's a mall there that we went to, and a couple of the girls and I went to this place called the Running Bull, and they have like ales and lagers and ciders and things like that, and we just had like a cute little pub lunch. It was really good. It's really good pub food here. Fries, burgers, things like that. They're all like really, really good here. And even their ketchup tastes different. We've all noticed that it's sweeter, but not in like a sugary way. I don't know. It's really hard to put your finger on it, but it's really good. And then Lee and AJ were nice enough to make us chicken pot pie for dinner, so we didn't have to cook. But we had a nice family dinner like we always do. We all sat around the table and had dinner and ice cream and just kind of chatted and stuff, which was really nice. Tomorrow, the bus picks us up at 7:15. So we have to be up super early tomorrow. But we're taking the most scenic train ride on this side of the hemisphere, so I'm really excited. I love, car rides, and I love trains and things like that. I love sightseeing. So I'm really excited about that. Lee said that there's a car on the train that doesn't have glass in the windows, so you can take pictures of all the scenery without reflection in the windows and things like that, so I'm really excited. Snap some really cool scenic photos, hopefully. Trying to get as much sleep as I possibly can tonight so I don't sleep on the train, because I really don't want to miss any of that really beautiful scenery. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Of course, I haven't really gotten out of my comfort zone yet, but the comfort zone stuff is coming because we've been talking about canyon swinging and things like that. A couple girls wanted to do Adrenaline Forest here, which is basically like an obstacle course. But it turns out it was actually a little far away, so they unfortunately weren't able to do it. But then there's, I guess, Adrenaline Forests other places, so they can probably kind of hop on one of those. But no, canyon swinging's coming up, which I'm really excited for. I'm excited now, but I feel like later I'm not going to be as excited. And then communication-wise, it's been kind of, I think it's really now starting to annoy me. I'm just curling up in bed and wanting to, chat with people and things like that. That's my normal time to, catch up on Facebook and, whatnot. And I can't exactly do that because all of my friends are getting ready for work or class, or they're already at work, or they're still sleeping. So that's been kind of difficult time zone wise. And then my phone did something weird today. I don't know. We've decided that this hostel's haunted. Because only our phone screens work weird. They jump around sentences, type things we don't want them to type, so Chris and I have come to the conclusion that this is a haunted hostel. It's probably not. It's probably we just have really shitty electronics. I mean, my phone's a refurb, so. But we're really excited, because all the adventure stuff is starting to happen. Glaciers are coming up and things like that. So, the only gripe I have is I'm getting a little annoyed with the lack of manners. Kiwis are very polite. Well, they're very friendly. But they're not polite, if that makes sense. And I think it's just part of their culture. You basically play pedestrian chicken when you're out and about walking the sidewalks. No one says excuse me. No one moves out of the way when, you're walking towards them. It's basically expected, you get out of the way. And they walk on the left side here, because obviously they drive on the left side, so they walk on the left side everywhere. And so I've started to become accustomed to that. But then locals walk straight into you, don't apologize, don't say sorry, don't say excuse me. And coming from the Midwest, that's really hard to swallow, that people aren't like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Or, oh, sweetie, could you please move? I guess that's kind of out of my comfort zone a little bit because, coming from the Midwest, everyone's super friendly and everyone, for the most part is pretty polite. And it's just not part of their culture here. I mean, they would say pardon. Some people do say pardon. But, excuse me or avoiding a, collision with another person isn't exactly a thing. So we've started calling it pedestrian chicken. And most of the time we lose because being Midwesterners, we're like, oh my goodness, we don't want to be rude. So we move out of the way and they just keep on going. So that's the only real gripe I have about it. That's the only real thing that's really kind of been uncomfortable for me to deal with is the fact that I'm dealing with a different culture norm, I guess. But other than that, it's been great. So, I mean, if that's the only thing I have to complain about, I mean, that's pretty great. I am so blessed to be here. So, stay tuned.